ga lokaci kada muka faɗi muku yau ya zama ranar da ake observe World Menstrual Hygiene Day. Isa yau muna da wata lady mai suna Asana Isaka da ta zama founder My Companion NGO da suke duba shanin mata da za ta zo mu tattauna kan menstrual hygiene kuma da upcoming conference da za su yi regarding shi menstrual hygiene. Isa ba da bata lokaci ba zan introduce muku guest mu na yau mai suna Asana Isaka. Asana, lafiya. Ya harkoki. Well, batun regarding my companion, the conference that today happens to be World Menstrual Hygiene Day. Can you tell us about NGO, my companion, the conference, upcoming conference that
Okay, so first of all, good morning to all your viewers. My companion, NGO, need yake focus on 3 sustainable development goals. So that's sustainable development 3, 4, and 5, good health and well-being, quality education, and gender equality. And we are doing that through menstrual hygiene education, and then we are trying as much as possible to eliminate period poverty in Ghana. So that is basically what my companion is about. So what we do is we visit schools and communities across Ghana, and we educate young girls, not just young girls, we sometimes include the guys, and we educate them on menstrual hygiene. And then, you know, there's a whole lot of misconception surrounding menstruation. Yes. So we also try as much as possible to address the misconceptions that they have. And then as part of the outreach that we do, we distribute sanitary kits. So the sanitary kit is actually My Companion bag. It's a bag that contains essential sanitary items like sanitary pad, tissue, hand sanitizer, and a small polythene bag. So for that, it just helps them with the disposal of the used sanitary pads. So that's basically what it's about. And then we started in February 2023. So far, we've reached out to over 2,000 young girls across the country.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah. And we actually celebrated our 1-year anniversary February 2024, that's this year, and we launched a pad bank initiative. And the pad bank is also just like an extension of this My Companion bag, but this is a box that is fixed in various schools across the country. So far we've done 3, and the box contains sanitary items just like the pad, disinfectant, hand washing, soap, tissue, and we fix them at maybe places of convenience for students in times of emergency. Maybe when you're in school and you saw yourself, you can just fix yourself using that pad.
All right.
The pad.
Okay, so do you do this monthly basis or on just when, or probably just days like this? You happen to do this on days like this where we are celebrating menstruation?
So no, we don't. We actually do it on monthly basis. So every month we have an activity that we do. There are months where we visit schools purposely for the menstrual hygiene education, and that's where we distribute the kit. There are also months where we just go to fix this the pad bank, and even with the pad bank, when we visit your school to fix the pad bank, we still have that menstrual hygiene education with you. We also do a whole lot of activities. We have so we've actually done about 2 corporate social responsibilities. We've done health screenings, we've done donations during Ramadan just to put smiles on the faces of people.
Well, so now let's tell us about the upcoming conference.
So the upcoming, well, today is actually not World Menstrual Hygiene Day. World Menstrual Hygiene Day is on 28th May.
Yeah,
and then we are just doing this conference to bring together. So what we do is, like I said earlier, we visit schools, but this time we want to extend it. We are bringing a whole community together at British Council, where we are going to bring health professionals, nurses, midwives to come and educate the girls on menstrual hygiene, and also try to, you know, clear all the misconceptions that they have surrounding menstruation.
All right, so now let's just get into the theme of this year's conference, the conference which is Flow with Dignity. So how do we relate that to, just like you mentioned, 28th will be World Menstrual Hygiene Day, so how would you relate that to the, like, I don't know whether to call it celebration or observing menstruation?
So Flow with Dignity, for My Companion, we came up with Flow with Dignity because we actually feel like menstruation is natural. So it's time for us, everyone, every woman, not just women, even the men, everyone should embrace the fact that menstruation is natural and every woman is going to experience it. So now when you're experiencing it, you should have that chance to flow with some kind of confidence and dignity. Menstruation shouldn't necessarily shy you away from the public. You know, all those misconceptions, you are dirty, you are weak when you are on your period, so you can't do all of that. We are just trying to clear that. That's why we came up with that theme, flow with dignity. So by the end of the conference, we hope that everyone that attends or watches on TV can actually embrace the fact that menstruation is natural and it's time for you to flow with dignity and with confidence.
Sure. And then adding to this, remember, especially when you start menstruating in your early ages, even with the ladies, among your peers, you are even shy to tell them that, oh, I'm menstruating, because you feel like your other peers who probably they'll distance themselves from you, or they'll have a different notion about you. So you just keep quiet, and the moment you even say yourself, it becomes a whole lot of issues in the classroom or maybe in school. So I hope as time goes on, we learn to educate ourselves on this menstruating and AIDS hygiene. And then I like the team, flow with dignity. Sure, all ladies should learn how to flow with dignity. And then also, what are some of the initiatives my companion is looking at in addressing some of the challenges regarding menstruation and then menstrual hygiene?
Okay, so personally, as a founder and a CEO, I believe that everything is one step at a time. This period poverty issue is very broad and it's huge. Maybe people are not seeing it as such, and we can't just address it in one day or in 1 year. But I believe one step at a time, we are definitely going to get there. So for this year, my companion, the team, we are undergoing a training on how to make reusable sanitary pads. We feel like it's better than none. So we are undergoing that training. By July, we'll start teaching young girls across the country how to make the reusable pads. And our target for this year, 2024, is to teach 500 girls how to make that reusable pad. Okay. So for this year, that is what we have. So just like I said, one step at a time. Maybe eventually we'll get more initiatives just to address the issue.
Okay, so now earlier we spoke about some of the myth and the misconception. So being an NGO, I am interested in, let me say, ladies' affair or anything that has to do with women. How do you think we can make the public dispel from such myth and then misconception about menstruation?
I think, first of all, education. I think a lot of education needs to go into this menstruation thing.
So you think the public is not educated enough?
I believe so, because I do things like this. So that is what my companion is about. So when you visit the schools and you hear some of the things that even sometimes the teachers say, you feel like, no, a lot needs to be done. And just like I said, it's not going to just happen in 1 day. It's going to take time. So I feel like education, like a whole lot of, and then maybe community engagement. The education shouldn't just be done in schools, even at home. Your parents should educate you, and then the guys too. I feel like they should be educated that, look, every girl is going to menstruate and it's normal, it's natural. You just have to accept it. So I think the most important thing is education. Education is just the best way to clear all these misconceptions. Okay,
just like you mentioned earlier, we have to even educate men, and anybody have to be aware of menstruation. So now, how can we promote menstrual literacy and then education among young people? Because we are calling.
So just like I said, we still go back to the education. And I think, I don't know if it's still happening, but when I was in JHS, we used to, I think there's a part in science where being educated on this menstruation stuff. But what I remember is they just teach you how the cycle, how to calculate the cycle and all of that. But the hygiene and then all that misconception is not really added to the science aspect of it. So I don't know if it's possible it's being added to, I don't know if it's syllabus or, it will really help. It's still like comes back to the education. That's the most important thing.
The education and greater awareness is important. But so I think we should look at how well we can do the how can we promote it well, and then to make, aside maybe in classroom, aside parents or mothers telling their kids what to do and how best can we promote it?
So just like I said, community engagement is also helpful. I actually believe that for my companion, what we do is it's more of community engagement. So when we visit the schools, you are trying to educate young girls. You have to make it fun. You have to educate them in such a way that after that education, even the guys there will now see the menstruation indeed as natural. You can't just tell them that it's natural and go. What are you doing to make them feel like it's natural? So you just have to create a safe space for the girls where everyone can just come to you and ask for menstrual advice. You know, people actually have their menstruation like maybe after 2 years and their parents are not even aware. Because that environment is not really
it's a taboo to even talk about.
It's even a taboo. When you go to tell them, everybody is, you know, scaring you with, oh, if you do this, you get pregnant. If you do this, you go mad. If you drop your sanitary pad here, you go mad. But you are not really educating that child on the hygiene aspect and the fact that during your period, you can still do whatever you want to do. The period shouldn't really draw you back. Do you know there are actually girls that don't go to school when they're on their period?
I think I thought it has ended, or let me say it's still on the rise.
It's still ongoing.
Interesting.
And it's not just because of maybe the access to the sanitary product. Some of them just feel like, you know, when you go to school, the stigmatization, the whole stigma that comes from especially the guys sometimes. That's why I'm saying that the guys should also be included in the menstrual hygiene education.
Okay, so we just hope we are able to educate the entire public. And so let me just translate whatever we said in Hausa a bit. So tare da ni ne Asana Isaka, ita ne founder my companion, muna tattaunawa regarding menstrual hygiene inda muke batun jinin haila kan da yaran mata za su gyara kansu anytime da suke menstruation, kuma ta gwada muna aikin da suke kuma how best they are trying to, or how best they help in promoting menstrual hygiene in schools. Organization got so far in since 2023, right? So exactly this is their first year, but seeing almost 2,000 schools. You visited and that's okay. Tema comes to the kayan sanitary product. Anytime there's actually highlight, they get something to take care of themselves. So but I'm sure they'll be having a conference, and then that's to tackle now regarding menstruation. The theme of the conference is flow with dignity. It's she need Asana Isaka now regarding how best we can help our ladies to always stay be confident and also always not feel stigmatized anytime they are on their period. After this conference, what are you seeking to achieve? You know, obviously, we want women to flow with dignity. So, how best do you think you can achieve that, and how do you think you can even track that to know that in recent times the education has been successful? We've seen more women taking care of themselves. Women are not shying away from menstruating, and even men are also accepting that. So, how do you intend to do that?
So, what we actually aim to achieve. So let me go back to why we are doing my companion. It's actually to address 3 sustainable development goals, and then the first one is number 3, which is good health and well-being. You know, in as much as we are saying menstruation is natural and all, it's part of our well-being as women, as ladies, as girls. So good health and well-being, we hope that by the end of the conference, these people that are coming around, when they educate you, you go out there, you're able to embrace the fact that this is part of your well-being and then your health, and you have to take it serious. Because you know, one thing about menstruation also is that if you don't take care of yourself very well, you end up getting a whole lot of infections. So the good health and well-being, that is one, that is what we hope to achieve. And then secondly, quality education. So just like I keep saying, education, we just hope that by the end of the conference, everybody who comes to the conference is able to have accurate knowledge or enough information to be able to go about their menstruation and their period like frequently, without any secondary voice disturbing them that this is like this is like that. It's just natural, and this is my body, it's part of me, you can't do anything about it. And lastly, that's gender equality. So I was saying, I was telling you that there are some girls who don't actually go to school because of their period, and it's so sad that something that is natural I won't go to school when, sorry to say, the opposite gender is in school, but something that is natural to me is actually preventing me from going to school. So we hope that by the end of the conference, like just like I keep saying, every girl should be able to embrace the fact that, look, this is natural.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it, and I'm going to accept the fact that it's natural and deal with it. So, and then just like the team also said, flow with dignity. So lastly, you'll be able to flow always with confidence and with dignity. Anytime you are flowing, it's still you. I'm on my period doesn't change the fact that I'm the energetic Amma or Abna or whatever. I'm still me. Like nothing can stop that. Yeah.
So this reminds me, earlier I was telling Amir that I think one of these African countries, one of their member of parliament, she went to a parliament house and then with a stain.
Yeah.
She did that deliberately to make a statement that menstruation is not a crime and then it can happen at any time. And she was working boldly and freely among the men, and then nobody even said anything to her. But then you saw some of the men were even trying to shy away from her, but she kept her head high, and then she tried to make people know that it happens to women. When it happens like this, all they have to do is try to find somebody to take care of them, but it's not as if it's a taboo or anything. So I'm just hoping that the education will keep on rising so that we all be aware, and then the ladies also feel confident in them. So sometimes I feel baffled about how people still see menstrual. Like, come on, sometimes there are instances when you a lady wants to go to a pharmacy or any convenience shop to get herself a sanitary pad. If there's a guy that she's shy to buy a sanitary pad, and I don't know. Let's just hope we get to bridge that gap. And then finally, once again, tell us where the conference is taking place and then the time this conference will be happening.
So the conference is happening at British Council, and it's on 27th, which is on Monday, at exactly 9 a.m. No Ghana man time.
Oh, I see.
Exactly 9 a.m.
Okay. All right. So who are some of the guests we'll be expecting?
So we have 2 midwives and then 1 person from Ghana Internet Safety, and then our guest of honor is Honorable Bobiada Kopoku. So for our guest of honor, she's someone who actually mentored me. She's still mentoring me, in fact, and she's actually part of the reasons why my companion started.
Right.
So I just feel since she's part of the reason why my companion started, it's good we have her as a guest of honor. Who knows, maybe anytime she talks, she's able to influence 1 or 2 people to also take up some action.
Do you mind sharing her name with us?
Her name is Honorable Bobiada Kopoku.
All right, so Honorable Ububia, wherever we are, we send our warm greetings to you this morning. So Asana, this will be bringing our interview to an end, and then we hope the conference will be a success. And inshallah, Biden TV will be there to also see and then we just bring it back to our viewers of whatever happened at the conference. So Masuka Lunda Ngazamu Kamuku Karshe interview in the need Asana Isaka, the Kazama founder, my companion Katata, regarding menstrual hygiene. Menstrual hygiene is very important, especially among Yara. When discover about menstruating very early, but they don't even know how to take care of themselves. So my companion NGO, they've taken it upon themselves to educate these young ladies, and even some matter who don't even know the do's and don'ts in menstruation. And the conference, as she said, will be taking place at the British Council on the 27th. There is a Monday, inshallah, at 9 a.m. So we hope it's open to the public. Free. Okay, so those who registered, okay, so probably, maybe I'm sure probably you've come across this on Facebook or any social media platform. You just click on a link to register to book yourself a seat. But I'm going to share interview after this interview. The political segment in the Amir Mukhtar is a Kamuku segment, and after that, Monkamku sports are the Sule the Manan, because